I'm not going to repeat what I just heard, but I just heard the craziest thing I've ever heard. Someday we're going to talk about that.
Absolutely.
Can we talk about it someday?
Absolutely.
Like 8 minutes from now? That is crazy.
Yeah. It is. It's crazy business, man, that we in the NFL. Yep.
Okay, let's just start with this. I had said you were part of a winning culture in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Winning teams find ways to win, and losing Cleveland's and your Detroit's, they find ways to lose. And I thought that 9-play drive for the Lions at the end, James Jones joining us, Super Bowl champ, 9 years in the NFL. I thought that 9-play drive, I thought, okay, that's what the Patriots do.
Yeah.
That's what Kansas City does. That was like a different Detroit team, right?
That was impressive. And I truly believe, me watching the game, I was sitting there waiting like, okay, Lions going to be Lions in a minute.
So did I.
The mistake is coming. And with what they did and the way they looked, the confidence they played with, the way they ran the football, Jared Goff being smart with the football, just taking what's there. It's okay to punt. This is a different Detroit team. And the difference is they believe that they can win. They believe they went into that game, and I know 2 dudes was out, but they believed that they was going to win that game. And I think even with those 2 dudes in the game, they was going to believe that they was going to win the game. The culture is just changing in Detroit. Usually when they had to make a play, they do not make the plays. Yesterday, when they had to make the plays, whether it was the pick six to get themselves back in the ball game, they made the plays, and they came out on top.
Yeah. It's interesting, as great as Mahomes is, people forget this, that your last couple of years, you led your team in receptions and touchdowns. But, everybody wants to develop young guys. I watch Kansas City, and without Kelce, my takeaway is they need a gray hair in that receiving core. Like, I don't think Mahomes trusted.
Yeah.
I like Sky Moore.
Yeah.
He's a baby. Like, at the trade deadline, I threw this out. I'd go get a Chris Godwin. If Tampa goes sideways and says, we want a quarterback, if Cincinnati's got Higgins, Jamar Chase, Boyd, bro, you got to give me one dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying Kansas City's not good. I think their defense surprised me how good it was. Yeah. But look at that receiving core.
Yeah.
James, it's kids.
Yeah. And it's crazy because obviously with Travis Kelce in there, when you look at a lot of these young guys, everybody was high on them. Like, a lot of people are high on Sky Moore. Justin Ross, a lot of people are like, man, this kid should have been a first rounder or whatever it may be. You thought that they would go out there. Tony is a first rounder. You thought that they would go out there and really make plays. But I'm telling you, it's so underrated of the chemistry you have to have with your quarterback.
And you know how to play.
And you got to know how to play, but you got to know where to be for the quarterback, right? It was a couple passes to where, yeah, it may be a receiver drop, but it's behind him a little bit. Ball should have been going in front, right? But that is practice. Tony ain't really been out there at practice like that, And then now practice is okay, preseason is okay, but now this thing is real, right? So the chemistry and the off-scripted plays, because 70% of what Patrick Mahomes does is off-scripted plays. He's not just dropping back and saying, this guy's open. He's creating. He's getting out. So those off-scripted plays is what him and Travis Kelce do the best. Travis Kelce knows exactly where to be, exactly what Patrick Mahomes is thinking. Them young fellas had no clue. And that's why every time he escaped the pocket, you didn't see one throw. You seen all runs. Right? Because they didn't know how to get open and they weren't winning. And it's going to be tough because those guys are going to get challenged. It's not going to be zone coverage on those young fellas. It's going to be in your mouth press coverage. Can you make a timing throw? Can you win? And with that Travis Kelce, they did not win.
Yeah, it's AFC is loaded, man. There's a lot of dudes. Packers, Bears. I said it's like a reality show. Yeah. It may not be, it won't win an Emmy, but it'll be interesting because I don't know what I'm getting from Jordan Love or Justin Fields. I think Justin's a greater talent. But the Packers have the offensive coach, the O-line, and the run game. That is 3 boxes
no doubt
that young quarterbacks need.
Yeah.
You're watching, you're hearing things. My guess is with Jordan Love, it's going to be a slow. They're gonna say, hey, don't lose it.
Yeah,
we're going to protect you. Do you believe that's what it'll, or do you think they're going to let it rip with him or just slowly let this thing play out?
Well, I think they're going to have to see how this game is going to go. Because, I think eventually going into the game, it's like you said, we got 2 really good running backs. We got a really good offensive line. Let's not put it all on our quarterback's right arm for the very first time he goes out here and expect him to throw for 350 and 4 touchdowns, right? Let's Let's stay ahead of the sticks, play action pass, right? Make the right reads. For me, with Jordan Love, like I say, my expectations is not Aaron Rodgers, even if he turns into that or greater. My expectations is let's not turn this football over. Let's look the right way, the exact same way that you looked in the preseason. Let's take this field, be Jordan Love, and go out there and make plays. I think this young fella is going to have a really good year. I see the game slowing down for him. He's had a chance to sit behind Aaron Rodgers, see the good, the bad, the ugly, all that for 3 years in the same system. So Coach LaFleur knows exactly what to do to get him in the right situations. I think he's going to have a good year. I think he'll find a way to play well this weekend.
Well, when Dak came into this league, he had a good O-line, Zeke, and an offensive coach.
Yep.
Young offensive coach. It matters.
Absolutely.
Whatever you think of Dak, he was a fourth-round pick.
Yep.
For young quarterbacks, it matters. All right, let's go, Aaron. So, I was talking to somebody yesterday who I really respect. Chad Millman, he's a gambler guy. He knows his stuff. And he said, listen, Aaron understands when the spotlight's on. And Aaron's not going to go into New York on Monday night and lay an egg.
Yeah.
He's going to be special. In all your years with Aaron, was there a different Aaron when it was Fox Sunday night? I mean, did you feel like that week Aaron was really locked in?
Yeah, Aaron is one of those guys to where we all know how special he is. And if you ain't had a chance to see how special he is live and up front, I'm finna show you. And the reason why I say that is it could have been a big game and say a Troy Aikman was there or a Dan Marino would show up at practice or any of these legendary quarterbacks would show up at practice. As a receiver, we knew Aaron is about to be on one. These balls are going to be coming a whole lot hotter. He is going to let them know that I am that dude. So he's exactly right. Aaron knows the pressure, the light that's on him. Yeah. He knows that Jets fans, he see how crazy Jets fans is going. Aaron is here. We're going to the Super Bowl. He knows first impressions are everything. And he is going to want to go out there and let these Jets fans know that it's all good. I was sharing a story with one of my dudes yesterday, and Aaron always wanted to play in London, right?
Oh, he
and
did.
the Packers never wanted to give up a home game because it sold out in Lambeau for 100 years. So, they never
play at London?
They did. So they never got a chance to play in London until last year.
Yeah.
And I was at the game, and when I walked up to him on the field, he said, I'm about to throw 6 touchdowns. These London fans ain't had a chance to see me. It didn't happen like that, but that is how Aaron is. Like, hey, they ain't got a chance to see me. I'm finna show them. So he's absolutely right. These Jets fans are going to be in for a treat. Aaron knows what's at stake. He knows he has to go out there and play at a high level.
Brock Purdy, the Steelers and the Niners are very similar. Respected coaches.
Yeah.
Loaded defenses.
Yeah.
I mean, like Pro Bowl guy, Hall of Fame guys everywhere. I both have a ton of offensive talent. Brandon Ayuk, McCaffrey, Trent Williams, Deebo Samuel, Harris, Pickens, Deontay Johnson. So it really comes down to me, this game comes down to a low-scoring game. Kenny Pickett or Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
So is there one you like more than the other?
This may be the best game of the weekend, to be honest with you, because of the things you just said. 2 really good defenses.
2 good cultures.
Playmakers on the outside, could run the ball, got really good backs. And it is going to be close. And I think it's going to come down to that quarterback, which quarterback is going to be able to make that throw, And I want to say Kenny Pickett, but I got to go Brock Purdy because Brock Purdy showed me that consistently he's going to make the right play. It's not going to be a negative play, whether it be an interception or whatnot. Consistently, he's going to find a way to get the ball in his playmakers and make the right play. So I give the upper hand to Brock Purdy doing that. And I think it's going to come down to a 1-score game. Whoever has the ball last, go down there, try to get you a field goal or a touchdown. But I'm going to take Brock Purdy just because the last time he was on the football field, he made all the right decisions.
All right. Final question. And by the way, James Jones came here today. We had a guest, couldn't make it, a player. Practice went long. So James flies out of bed, gets here, and we totally appreciate it. He'll be on Speak after us. So go back, try to remember week 1. We got Giants, Cowboys, Bears, Packers, Bills, Jets, Niners. Were you nervous week 1?
Yes. I was really always nervous before every game before I took that first hit.
Really?
And I even tell my kids, because my kids play tackle football, and they're like, Daddy, I'm nervous. I'm like, that's all good. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never scared. You know what I mean? But nervous was always good because it means something to you. you want to go out there, you want to play at a high level. You know, as a receiver, your game really never starts until you either get hit, have that first catch, and go. So I always was a little nervous, but on top of that, it's the expectations of the season. You know, I played in Green Bay. The expectations was always win the Super Bowl. So you want to come out week one and you want to make a really good first impression, especially if you're like a Dak Prescott where you missed 5 games and led the league in interceptions, especially if you're a Daniel Jones, you done came into all that money. Can you be the guy to take the Giants over the next hump? So it's a lot of guys that, Deshaun Watson, all that, like it's a lot of guys that really have something to prove, and week one really matters because you got to show the world, man, that, hey, we here and we for real, and this thing going to be different.
Is Aaron ever look at you week one, pat you right in the tunnel and say, I'm coming to you early?
Oh, 24/7, yes. Aaron was one of those guys. When Aaron has trust in you, I mean, I remember being in the huddle with Aaron, and he'll be calling the play. Jordy will be over there. Greg Jennings will be over there. It don't matter. And he'll be like, JJ, go get the ball. Forget the play. Go get the ball, right? And same thing. I've been in the huddle with Jordy and Greg, and he like, Jordy, go get the ball, you know. So Aaron gonna put a little pressure on you, but if he had confidence in you, he gonna come with you and come to you with the ball. But you better believe it. He pats you on the back. It's go time now.
That's what I start doing that with you, J-Mac. I want a really good herd line news. James Jones. We're gonna go back to that story next time you're on.
Absolutely.
We got a good story.
Yep.
We can't give it all. We can't give the farm away.
Yeah.
We're not giving the store away today.
I will share with you 100% next time I'm on the show.
Can't believe it.
Absolutely.
The craziness of this league.
Crazy.
Makes no sense. Wait till I tell you this story. Yeah. All right. James Jones, awesome job. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.